All right, we're gonna call the executive committee meeting to order. We're looking for a motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion on the agenda? Favor?
Aye.
Carries. How about our minutes of our August 10th meeting?
Motion to approve. Second.
Any discussion on the minutes? Not all those in favor?
Aye.
Carries. Are there any public comments? Please.
Morning. My name's Ted Johnson. I'm a resident of the Alden Township. I'm also on the Alden Town Board. But I'm here to talk to you today about the ongoing discussion, or however we want to coin the phrase, for the MOU for the Polk County Fair. I was on the Fair Board for 17 years. In 1970, I think it was 73, a memorandum was drawn up between the Fair Board and the County Board. My mother was on the Fair Board at that time. In 2003, the memorandum was updated. I was on the Fair Board at that time, and now that during our discussion, my son is on the Fair Board. So our family's had a long history with the fair, very supportive. The MOUs that were done in 73 and 2003 was a very, I don't want to say easy, but it was a very simple process between the county board and the fair board to get those put in place. Currently, we're going on about 2 years or better here of discussions on the MOU. I don't know how you people are, but I'm a semi-retired dairy farmer. I've got other things to do than to go through page after page of something that's been written up by somebody that doesn't really seem to understand what the fair is all about. My suggestion to you is that all of the rhetoric and talk and animosity that's gone on over the last 2 years has accomplished nothing. We got the latest edition from Ms. Malone. The Fair Board got it in August. I saw it the other night when we had a meeting. This isn't rocket science, people. This is an agreement between the county and the Fair Board. It doesn't have to be made out to be some tremendously popular or unpopular document. And the difference between the 73 and the 2003 one is it had to be updated as what has to happen now. There's some reference to some committees that don't exist anymore. And that's what happened between those two documents. Now it's like this document is something that you look at and it's like, what is this? It's a lot of the meaning has changed, a lot of the verbiage has changed. My suggestion to you is take the 2003 document, update it with the correct committees, the correct connections that need to be made, and accept that. Don't waste any more of our times. I sat in that meeting in March with you. I've been involved in quite a few of the other meetings. All we're doing is just rehashing, and the rhetoric that comes out of it does the county no good, and it does the Fair Board no good. We can.
Couple more comments. Time is.
Okay,
up.
thank you for your time.
Any other public comments?
Aye.
Hello, I am Carrie Moline Swenson. I'm one of the two vice presidents of the Polk County Fair Board.
As you all know, we have invested a lot of time and energy in discussion about the MOU between Polk County and the Polk County Fair Society. We left our March meeting with the understanding that our attorney would send a draft to corporate counsel in April, which he did. And then we would all get back together and meet in May to discuss this draft MOU. And we were never called back to discuss that. We didn't hear anything until the draft was sent to us on August 22nd. With our ability to discuss and define this new draft, we were left to interpret what it said ourselves. We did this as the fair board, and then we sought counsel from our attorney, and then we brought in we invited the Fair Society to be a part of this discussion, and we were left to interpret it as what was written and presented to us. While much of the county's draft is the same or comparable to the draft that our attorney put together and sent to you in April, there are some very troubling differences that need further discussion and clarification. The current Fair Board and the society take our responsibility of managing the grounds and putting on the fair very seriously. We stand on the shoulders of the generations of the Fair Society members that went before us, the ones that signed over the ownership of the fairgrounds to Polk County for $1 in 1975. They entered into that agreement as a partnership to ensure that the fair would continue to take place at the fairgrounds in St. Croix Falls under the direction and management of the Polk County Fair Society. This is not a responsibility that is taken lightly by us. There are a very dedicated, passionate, and hardworking group of people who work year-round to ensure that the Polk County Fair takes place each July. It's not one person, it's not one group. It takes the Fair Board, the Fair Society members, all of the 4-H kids who are enrolled, the volunteers, the parents, people and businesses in the county that love this Polk County Fair. All of us working together to put on the quality fair that we do. There are quality exhibits from all generations of Polk County residents, arts and crafts, natural science, dairy, livestock, horses, small animals, all from the youth of our county. We hosted a meet and greet at this year's county fair in the Friday evening. We invited all the fair board members. We invited people from we invited the county board members, people from the city of St. Croix Falls to meet, discuss things with the fair board members, ask questions. And the quality of the Polk County Fair is something, it's head and shoulders above a lot of the others in our area. I will wrap this up. This year we use social media, Facebook, and live streaming some of the events, the judging and the shows. Hundreds and in some cases thousands of viewers watched these events as they were taking place. They have now been viewed by tens of thousands of people who are seeing what the very best of Polk County had to offer. They could see what happens when people come together and work to provide this great venue and opportunity to showcase the youth and the citizens of Polk County. The county fair brings people together in a way that not other events do. The Fair Board and the society want to be able to continue to work together with the county, building a relationship to ensure that the Polk County Fair is put on by the Polk County Fair Society for future generations, just as those passionate and dedicated Fair Society members have done for generations. Thank you.
Any other public comments? More public comments? Chance. Call public comments closed. Are there any supervisors not seated as committee members who have any information for this committee?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, committee members. I'm here to ask you to strike number 6 from your agenda today. I got a phone call from Ms. Malone on my way down here this morning that the statute of limitations on this has passed, which I'm fine with, but I think then the county should use this as a teachable moment, even though the statute of limitations has passed. to make sure that what did happen over a year ago does not happen to this board or any board again in the future. Thank you very much.
Any other supervisors not seated as committee members have any information?
Mr. Chair. I was going to speak. Supervisor Bolson just ended my comments on item number 6.
All right, we'll strike number 6. And we'll move on. I suppose both of these items are closed sessions, so. Which one would you like first?
I would say we should do the fair first, because then we'll want other folks to not be a part of the applicants for administrative.
All right, somebody get us in under statute 1985(1)(E) and G.
Motion to go into closed session under statute 19.851/G, you said?
E and
E and G.
I'll second.
we'll have a roll call vote.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right, we're in closed session.
Yeah.
Right, because we have to. We're actually,
Important ones are.
our next item is a discussion regarding the recruitment of the administrator position. And same thing, we need a closed session under Wisconsin stat 19.851(C) and E.
So move.
Second.
Have a roll call vote?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right, we're,
Made the motion to come out. Steve seconded. And it was unanimous to come back out.
Okay,
we're in open session. We're actually going to go back into closed. There was another candidate that came in. Somebody move us back into closed.
I'll make a motion, we move back into closed session.
Second.
According to Wisconsin statutes 19.851(E) and G.
C and G.
C and
C
C and G.
C and E.
Yeah,
Wow.
right up
E and
last.
C and E, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Are we roll calling again or?
We hate to see it die for lack of seconds.
No, it was Steve and Amy.
That seconded it?
Yeah.
All right, now roll call.
Yes.
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 A woman, Kim.
All right, we're back
Almost
in,
never.
we're back in open session.
When we are, it's open.
It's
for
that or a
discussion.
lawyer, almost never, yeah.
When we are, it's open. for
How much do we dare say what we did in closed session? Do
Just
we-
what steps do you want us to take? Do we need to put something on the county board agenda or do
You
you
know,
need to say anything other than what you want us to do?
committee has decided that we're gonna go with 3 internal candidates. And we'd like each candidate to interview with the entire county board. Half an hour maximum time.
So we'll have to do notices of quorum and notice the meeting. Do you want it during your regular county board meeting or do you think we should set it
Before.
a separate day kind of thing?
Well,
Probably have a
Tracy had the
special.
idea that last time we came in at like 4:30.
Or 4:30, so you have, or
before
like
the county
before. And do you want to do that soon or
Yeah.
next week?
No.
That,
So
How soon do
now,
you want to leave?
How soon do you want me out of here?
Special meeting tomorrow.
so October?
we're surprised you're still in.
Do you want it in October or November?
Well,
October might be hard to tell people next Tuesday, come 2 hours early.
Yeah.
November is your
No,
final
this is
budget.
September. But remember the last budget?
Oh, right.
37
If I didn't
minutes.
ask a question, it wouldn't have went a half hour.
Right, I'm just,
Yeah.
It didn't even, nobody even cared. about
maybe
the
just
budget.
doing it on a different day.
No, you're right. I was ahead of
Yeah, you're off
myself a
or
month.
something.
So October would be okay.
I think so.
And we
Yeah.
talked about,
Is that- It is, yeah.
It's always
Yeah,
September.
that's fine.
And do you want,
Snacks to the full board, or
proposed
do you want to divide it
questions
into three?
or,
Full board.
Full board.
or do you just want, you'll just run it, you won't need any facilitating? Do you need any help?
well, we talked about 15 minutes that they would talk, 10, 15 for Q and A and cutting it off. But
Half
we
hour
wanted
max.
some question to get it started, like, what's your vision? Why do you want this job? And let them go from there.
So have the county board chair kind of run the
I
interview?
guess. That's, yeah, that's up to.
Only 2 questions I can handle, lad.
And then now
But you had
that,
to do it 3 times.
Damn
now
it.
that you've narrowed it to those
That'd be in
three,
order.
Yeah.
we will send out, thank you for applying, but
Well, I don't know. Is that a good idea? Because what if the board rejects everything we bring them?
Then we start over.
They won't.
so,
That's not practical. We
I mean,
won't.
I would suggest we send them something and just don't leave them hanging for several
But
months,
they're not.
wondering if. we-
Exactly.
No,
I
we're not
agree.
even gonna interview them.
So we'll send out thank you letters.
Okay.
And then since these are final candidates under the public records law, they're disclosable. So if anybody asks who are the 3 internals, that their identities will be disclosed.
It'll be a public record.
Yeah.
So we can talk now about the 3 that we're considering, or
No,
what do you
their
say?
identities, who they are, but I
Yeah,
would
that's what I'm
not
saying.
have a
Not
conversation
not
about.
about them, but we can say, these are the 3 people that are on the list.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean. Might as well, it's gonna get out there, so you might as well just, you know. Well, yeah, it's kind of like,
internal.
we used to have people say, how much does that person get paid? And we'd have people say, in HR say, well, this is how much. And I say, why do you do that? Well, it's public information anyway. And so I basically said, no. I go, that's, if they want it, they have to do a public records request.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's kind of a personal matter that, yeah, it's public record, but I didn't like us giving it out. So I mean, it's up to you. If you want to tell people,
Well,
They're
it
gonna
was in
know.
closed session. So it was all done in closed session. So until you announce it or someone announces it, it was in closed session.
Right.
that
Yeah, I'm
We
just,
found out who,
under chapter 19, there's a specific provision on finalists for employment with the government. And once they are finalists, and I think when you've narrowed it down to 3 out of 10, they're the finalists. It's no longer confidential, but whether you overtly disclose is a different question.
I'm just trying to decide what I'm supposed to, I mean, if I'm asked, what do I do? That's my only question.
we've already announced an open session that we're taking the 3 internal candidates, so.
Yeah.
We'll have to figure out who those are.
Which one do you want?
Yeah, that's what people do next. So who are you voting for?
Yeah.
All right, how about subject matters for our next meeting? So October 12th.
Will we have anything on this topic? Should we keep that on there as a running thing?
No, this should
this should be done.
pretty much done.
There may be a. Yeah, there may be a issue.
A legal closed session, potential closed session for legal
Yes.
matters,
Yeah.
legal negotiation.
We discussed that in closed session, basically, but we didn't determine what we're gonna do because we don't know who the candidate may be. Everybody
All right, so
follow?
yeah,
No, I'm
put something
thinking-
on there that, because it would be regarding the recruitment of the administrator's position.
Right. That's exactly.
We'll just have number 8 back on. So
Yes.
if we need to go into a closed session and discuss it, we can.
Right.
All right,
It's in our work plan. I guess I didn't keep bring one. Don't really have one.
we don't have a one, we just deal with issues as they come up.
Okay. Because of the MOU reviews and some of that stuff
Bye.
that we are I don't think that would be in October.
No. I thought we had a work plan where we had a few specific things.
There was
that-
not a work plan made for 2023 for this.
Okay,
Russ, I'll be Zooming next meeting because I gotta be out west for
Chasing cows.
I should be
babysitting,
back, but
babysitting the ranch for 9 days.
as long as he's on Zoom, I'll be should be back by then, our meeting.
Well, if he's on Zoom, he'd still be part of the quorum,
Yes,
so we'd only need
Yeah.
3 to.
right.
I actually have it working now. So I bring my county computer and that works.
Yeah, it would be great.
Apple and county computers don't talk.
No.
Well,
All right, if anyone has any other subject matters, you'll have to call Vince, call me, if you don't get ahold of somebody, and we'll see if we can get it on the agenda. All right, we got one item to go.
Okay, Steve, you ready?
hold it.
Motion made.
If that's the only thing, do we even have a meeting?
Just discuss that.
No, you said there was only one thing. I mean,
No,
One thing to go.
Steve's got it.
Okay.
Listen.
There's only one thing for the next meeting. Is it even worth having a meeting?
No.
Well, we would have the administrators thing and would you want the fair on there next month too?
Might as well, because you might get.
Depending
direction
on-
from
We
county
may
board.
need to have a closed session or an open session on dealing with the.
Yeah, if it,
I just didn't think it was enough.
if it gets that close to the meeting, we decide we don't need it, then we will cancel.
We can always cancel.
Yeah. All right,
Now we only have one thing to go.
there we go.
I don't mean to take the wind out of your sail, but you will notify the attorney of the Fair Society of our decision, that it's gonna go where it's gonna go.
Do you want me to?
Well, it's only fair, I mean, I think we got to communicate where it's going. Simple email.
Sure.
I think we need to do that. You know, we need to communicate what happened. So motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We'll stand
He's
adjourned.
good. He
Well,
can snatch it right from the jaws of anybody else.